Hello and good morning, welcome to New Forest Morphs. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. Jared's back in the facility. Jared, welcome back. Thank you, I hope you had a nice weekend. So yeah, it's great to have Jared back in. We're going to now start to do some pairings. We've got two pairings today that we're going to show you. We've got the dreamscicle pairing where we've got Bowser going to Peaches, and we'd like to keep on with the Pied theme from yesterday. I'm going to show you some of the other Pied girls, and the other one we're going to show you is Mo, which we're going to ultrasound her. Now Jared, she's one of your first ever babies, isn't she?
Yeah.
And she's 66% het for Pied and she's 50% het for Albino.
Yeah.
So what we thought we'd do is if we use Wizzy, who's a yellow-bellied Pied boy that we produced last year that's now sexually mature, we're going to plug him into her and hopefully prove her out and see whether she's carrying that Pied gene. The other thing we're going to do is do a few shout-outs, and that'll be perhaps towards the latter stages of the video. But I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to teach a technique that I've never done before, Jared, and I think there's one or two YouTubers out there that have recently put out some good footage on how to stimulate a boy that isn't locking. Now Bowser's big enough because he's about 1400 grams. He's old enough because he's getting close now to 18 months, but he has yet to show any signs of locking and breeding, and I think he might need a bit of a turbo charge to get him going. What are your ideas, Jared, to be able to help a boy lock?
Well, I think what you're talking about is putting the sperm from one male on the female, so that he smells another male's sperm and gets in there quick.
Yeah.
Or you could do the same thing with a shed. We haven't got any that have shed out recently. So.
Yeah. We had some lovely perfect female sheds today, but no male sheds. Now, if we had a male shed that wasn't Bowser's, but it was another male, that would be carrying quite a lot of scenting and hormones. You put that into the rub, and when you put your boy in, he'll smell the hormones from the other boy, from the shed of the other boy, and that can stimulate him to go into competition mode. But what we're going to do today is we're going to take the sperm from Kylo, who's a boy that we showed yesterday in the video, and he's just a Pied boy, but he's Emily's favourite Pied boy, first Pied that she ever had. And he's sexually mature, he's not in the breeding rotation, he's producing lots of sperm, so we're going to use his sperm to stimulate other males, which makes a lot of sense really. He's paying for his keep in a different way.
We're going to test this theory out today, aren't we?
Now, if it works and we get Bowser, we put him to several girls over the last, say, 6 months, and he's yet to show us a lock. And we've
2 months.
2 months. But no, we did try him, I think, last season for 1 or 2 pairings. It never happened. But I do think that we probably made a small mistake, because we probably overbuilt him up, and it's my fault, because I should have gone into a 2-week cycle of feeding him, but I was keen to, because I've seen boys really in the breeding season, they can actually lose so much weight. I didn't want Bowser to lose a lot of weight when we put him in the breeding rotation, so I tried to get him up to size so that when he drops back to a really safe size. And I think it was as a new breeder, it was my desire to protect him that may have actually been overprotective, and I've actually got him to the size where he's a little bit too big really, because you want to get them between 800 and 1200. He's about 1500. And as they get bigger, they can get lazy, can't they, Jared? But having said that, we've had a beautiful boy who's quite big, 2-kilogram boy, which is Joker. It's basically given us some wonderful het clowns over the last 2 or 3 years.
He's a lot older though, so it's expected.
He's a lot older and more sexually mature, but he is just such a powerhouse. And I thought, if I can get Bowser to the same level as the Joker, that he can become a strong, healthy male, then we can then plug him into the girls, and that we can actually plug him in safely without him losing a lot of weight. And if he does, he's got the muscle and the weight behind him to be able to cope with that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to try this new experiment. We've never done this before. Jared's good at popping, so he'll be doing the popping. It is a bit messy and graphic, but it is basically taking out some sperm from a male, put it on the back of the other female, and then introducing. Now I've already sprayed down their rubs, put some extra humidity and water in, so the female's ready. So I think what we'll do, Jared, is we will prepare. You need to get some gloves on. Do you want me to take the video while you do this?
Yeah, I'm going to show the snake.
Yeah, we'll just show off the snake. So Kylo is over here. Is that Kylo? There we go, Kylo's just here. There you go, fella. He's a beautiful example of a Pied, isn't he? And he's got a smiley face at the back end there. I think there's a smiley face. You can just about see it. It's upside down. And Jared can remind us how to pop a snake, and because to take out the sperm, it's very similar to popping. It's effectively
All you do is pop the snake and then just
You get the tail relaxed first, don't you? You don't want to be doing this until they learn to relax.
So you want to keep it nice and straight, and you want to just be able to like move it when you need to. Roll forward, pull back on the cloaca, and you see there's some sperm there.
Well, so that's what you've got there then, Jack. Let me just see what we've got. I'm going to just zoom in on that.
That's why I'm wearing gloves, because I don't particularly want another animal's sperm on my
No, okay.
hand.
So I'll take care of that, Jack. If you want to do the honours with the female. Now the female is Peach, who's a dreamsicle girl. I'm going to put it on her back. And she's bowl wrapping a little bit in the moment, so she's getting ready. And just rub that into her. Hopefully she'll smell the sperm, it'll get her going as well. And now we'll put the boy in. I've actually zoomed in on that, Chad, so you don't want to zoom back. I'm glad Jad does all the fun jobs. I've really got to learn how to pop, Jad, so I can alleviate you some of these wonderful jobs. Jad says it's very much appreciated there. So which one are we doing? Where's Bowser? Here we go. So here he is. Now you can see he's in his hide at the moment, but hopefully he'll smell that sperm and it might trigger him. He's absolutely stunning, isn't he? See how beautiful he is? Mm-hmm. So now if we just pull him out, there he goes. Let's put that back. There we go. And then we'll slip him in and see whether he'll naturally follow that scent trail and whether he'll be willing to, there we go, let him discover the girl for himself. Sometimes we're very keen just to plonk them in, and I think I've seen some breeders just let them explore where they want to go. Take your time and just let him. Now look, he's smelling something. Can you see? He's smelling that scent. And he's working his way into the girl. And I think sometimes we rush pairing them, and I think just let them pick up the scent trail and let them find their own natural pace of discovering the girl. And it'd be very interesting if this works, Jared, and we get him to lock. I'm going to be so happy, because he's a lovely male. We want to try and get in. We want to create a lot of double hets and triple hets with him, but obviously it's always a patience game. You can't force nature, you have to encourage nature. So let's hope we get a lock, but I'm not going to be worried if we don't, Jared, because you might need more time, and we'll just keep gently every once a month, keep trying. So that was the one, and now the next thing we're going to do is, shall I put his water back? Is that for Kylo? Kylo. Okay, let's just put Kylo's water back. Thank you, Kylo. I hope your sperm does the trick. And we'll just put that one back, and then we'll do an ultrasound. I'll just wash my hands, Jared, and then we'll, if you want to set the ultrasound up, we'll ultrasound the female male, your girl, see whether she's got any follicles. I'm just going to wash my hands.
Sounds like an aeroplane taking off.
Okay.
Have you got the gel?
I've got the gel, which is going to be up on.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah. And I'll bring Mo out. Now she is actually quite a decent sized girl, isn't she? I think she's weighing about 1700, yeah. So you've done really well to bring her on to sexual maturity.
Yeah, was she 3 years old, 2.5?
So she's about 3. I think she must be getting on close to 3 years old, Jared.
Yeah.
And let's have a look at her. See how she's doing. Check for her body conditioning.
Do a little change.
She could do with a clean. So let me just have a wee look at her and see how she's looking. So let's just have a look at body conditioning. She is a little bit nervous as far as that's concerned, Jared. So what I'm going to do is I will weigh her first, I think. Now if we use her, well, Jared, if you want to weigh her, I'm going to just give her a clean out. I don't like snakes sat in dirt, so let's give her a clean while you do the weighing, and then you can just have a look at her under the light box, and I'll just give this a quick clean.
She is 1845.
Wow.
She's getting big, she's getting chunky.
Yeah, and also just look at her conditioning, Jared. Tell me whether you think she's ready.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's nice and plump. She hasn't got any wrinkles or anything. She looks good. She looks thick. She's a good length.
She's very muscular. She's not carrying any fat at all, really. She's very little
nothing.
Fat, which is really good.
Right. You can look at her and just see she's perfect. Sometimes the classic normal royals are the most beautiful ones, I find.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's easy to oversee it.
Yeah.
But they're gorgeous.
Okay. Right. Let's just get a couple of tissues, Jack.
Sure.
And then I think I'm going to have a go at ultra scanning this one, Jack. Because I mustn't let you race ahead of me with the ultra scanning. You're getting really good at it, and I'm not getting enough practice in it. So Jared will be able to help me find those follicles and see what size they are. So, nice clean bedding now. So we'll just put that over there.
I always find it's easier to do with nothing else in the rub.
She is lovely, isn't she? I do like the natural colours of the wild ones. They're really lovely, aren't they, Jared? So let me just put that on there.
Has she got any markings? Any pied markings?
That's a really good question. Now
I produced 4 of these, and I think 3 had really good markers. I'd take that out for now.
Should we just
leave
leave
it out? Easier, yeah.
Okay. So
we
can check the markers. Yeah.
So she hasn't got any. She's got no pied markings.
You can't see the pied markers.
But that doesn't always mean that she's not pied.
I always like to also look at the other pied marker you get. Is they say that a long band on the tail there is also an indicative, but also when you get
ringers, but she hasn't got any
ringers, and also when you're getting the joint, when it joins up here, the alien head. So we shall have a little look.
Yeah.
Now let's just keep it nice and straight. Let's get the gel and let's see what we can find. There we go. Just put that back there.
I'm going to turn that around. So
I think we'll turn it around so you can see the image. And just make sure the rubbers aren't reflecting off there. So is that a good angle?
Yeah, that's fine.
You sure? Right, let's just have a wee look and see whether we can find anything here. You can see her rib cage.
Go back, there's something there.
Did you see that?
There's something up here. There, see that?
Can you freeze it? Press the freeze. So there is a follicle there. That didn't take very long, Joe. Thank you. So it doesn't take that long once you know what you're looking for. And now we can measure her follicles. But Jared was looking for a little black marble there, weren't you, Jared?
Yeah. And you can see behind that, if I can get a good shot of it. So this here is the marble, and then behind there's a row there as well, where if you kept going and zoomed in, you'd see those all magnifying like little eggs.
Do you want to measure those, Jared, while I put her back?
Sure.
I'll just put that down there, and then
so click measure.
I'm going to guess that they're probably about 7 or 8 millimeters is my guess.
Yeah, they don't look massive.
But she's got them, which is most important.
Something's gone wrong there. How do I get rid of the measures?
So,
how do I get rid of the measures?
Oh, if you get rid of the measures, there's a clear button. If you press clear, then you can reset it.
Nice.
I'll spray her down. I think we will actually. So we won't disturb her too much. I'll repair her today. I like to create a rhythm in the room. Which means having at least 2 pairs breeding together can be beneficial. And we've got the perfect male for her. We won't bother with the sperm trick this time. We'll do it without the sperm trick, Jared, but we'll put Wizzy in there.
So they're looking at 7.5 millimeters.
Okay, 7.5 millimeters.
That's what we're looking.
That's pretty good.
So that's
so I think, I mean, a lot of people talk about 10, but I think let's stimulate her growth by putting in a male. So we'll just shut this down now. We're not going to do any more today, Jared. We'll just quieten that down. So let's get Wizzy out. We'll slip her in there, and then we'll get the mobile phone out and we'll just record everything. Wizzy, I think, is in down here. Is this Wizzy? Have a little look. Yeah. Here we go. He's a beautiful boy, isn't he?
Big.
and he's about 1200, Jared. He's one of our baby yellow-belly pied hatchlings, and we'll just slip him in there. And let's see whether he can work it all out. You've got a girlfriend there, Guy, so we'll leave them in peace, and then we will put a yellow tag on those, Jared, so we know where they're going, keeping an eye on breeding rotations. And we'll do that in a second, and then we get our phones, and we need to record both the follicles and the pairings now. So for recording everything, we would then go to Reptile Scan is what we're using. We take a picture of that one there, Jared, so that will be Mo. Now when we're breeding, do you press the breeding button, Jared? I haven't done this one yet.
Pairing.
Pairing, so we got pairing.
And then you got to scan a second reptile.
Scan now.
But don't let it see anything else we do.
Okay. Where did I get Wizzy from?
Yeah.
So if I can scan this one here, then that's the pairing that we've done. If I can find the scan, where am I? Oh, I can't see what I'm doing. Can you do it for me, Jared? Because I can't quite see what I'm doing. That's it. So if we have a look at that now, what does it do? So that
it gives you the option, you can click introduction, courting, breeding, separated.
What do you do now?
So I just put breeding.
Breeding. Okay. And then tick the box.
Tick.
And then how do we record the size of the follicles on the girl?
So now you open up the camera.
Camera.
Scan Mo.
Because that was already Mo on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
scan it again.
So if I scan her. Okay, and then what do I do?
Ultrasound.
Ultrasound. And then small follicles, and you put 7.5 mil.
7.5 mil in the notes.
Okay, 7.5 millimeters.
Yep.
And then tick box. So that's that one. And we just got to do the other pairing now. Do you have to start with the female first, or can you do male?
Either.
So if we do Bowser while we're here. So if we got Bowser's up here.
Yep.
So if I go to the scan mode again, pick up Bowser. Then I go to pairing.
Yep.
Then I say scan now. So scan now would be that one there. So Bowser to Peaches. So you can see it says the name of the girl that he's mated to is Peach.
Yep.
Then what do? Just press introduction.
And put breeding.
Breeding. Click. And that's how you record your pairings using the reptile scan. So thank you, Jan. I think I might get the hang of this. It takes a while.
There was one more, wasn't there, we were going to do?
Was there one more?
Yeah. It was Giovanni to the pinstripe.
Giovanni to the pinstripe. So let's go and have a look at the pinstripe girl. So we'll have 3 pairings today. Let's see how she's doing, how she's building. Oh yeah, look at her, Jan. She's really big, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a big girl.
Just going to spray it down. Well, I'll probably just use her water to do this a little bit. I do like it to be a little bit wet. Just increases the humidity. It's a little trick, it does work. And
Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Super pastel banana banana G-stripe.
Yeah. So it's 3 pairings for today. They've had 3 days to digest their food, which is very important as well. So they're not going in full of food. And we'll just see if they do another lot. He's already locked 2 at once, hasn't he, Jan? About a month ago.
Yeah.
So hopefully, and now we'll just do the same again. We just record the pairing. So it's a picture time. There we go. And then we do pairing, scan now, and it'll be this one here. So if we go here, so it's very quick once you do your pairings, and then we just do introduction, and we do breeding, and then we tick box.
Nice.
Excellent. Right, Jared, how much time have we got left on the film?
10.
10 minutes, just enough time just to have a quick look at some of the other females. Then I'm going to do a shout out to one of our favourite channels, Black Sun, Robinette Black Sun. In fact, let's do a shout out for him, and then we'll look at some more snake candy. So this guy's got an amazing collection of snakes, and I was going to show you his Cypress clown project that he's got going on here, Jared. I think it's really beautiful, and we're going to be bringing Cypress into our gene pool, Jared. So we're going to be looking at some really nice Cypress. Let's just have a look at Robin's background. He drives a, what's the car? Mustang. He drives a Mustang, and he's been driving it to 1 or 2 shows. And what I like about his shows, when he shows us what he's doing and all these big exhibits with all the top breeders in the world there, he takes his time zooming in on the animals, and you can see the price tags that go with them as well, because I'm always interested in knowing not only the quality of the genes, but I often find a lot of people go straight past the price tag, and I'm thinking, I wonder how much that is. It's just nice to know what they're making and what they're selling them for. And I find it's really helpful, and I think he's got a really good camera. He's got quality oozing from his channel. I mean, everything he's doing is quality, and he's going for high-end, high-quality stuff. So we'll give Robin a big shout out, and his business is called Black Sun Reptiles. His surname is Robin Black. So let's just have a quick intro and give him a shout out. Mystic's beautiful, isn't it, Jad?
It's very similar to Phantom.
Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Super glad that you guys were able to make it today. As you can see here, we have another clutch cutting. This is clutch number 13. My goodness, we are rolling. So, clutch number 13 is a pastel female to a Cypress Mystic Yellow Belly. As you guys know, this male has been doing some work for us this year. We really anticipated him just siring 2 clutches, but he stole the earlier clutch from those amazing, and came up with those amazing high gray, bluish animals. So this one here is just going to be straight to a pastel. We're excited about it. I feel like what we have seen in Cypress, you know, just the project's untapped. So we just had 1 deceased egg, so we still should have 6 left. Look at these beautiful eggs, nice and dimpled, have some mold on them, even a window. So
there's a little sample of his channel, Jared, but it's looking at the product of what he's producing, and they're beautiful, and he's sourcing like high-end stuff, and he's got a lot of genes that I'm really interested in. So it's a shout out. Please go check him out, follow him, and give him some love and support. And now let's go and look at some of our other females, coming back to our pied females. So let's just slide through these quite quickly, Jared. So we've got here Leona. She's a cinnamon pied. Now, we were talking about the Panda Pied project, and she's not ready to go this year, but next year she will be ready to go, hopefully. And there she is. You can just see how beautiful she is. So she's about 850 grams, Jared. Yeah. She's a lovely animal, isn't she?
Yeah.
And her father was Elvis, and her mother was, can you remember who the mother was, Jared? I think it was the pastel yellow belly pied girl. Produced 2 of these, and I think she was one of them. So there's one of the girls that we're going to be building up. Now down here we've got Aurora, who's we think just a pure pied girl. Yeah. And again, she's similar weight. So you're looking about 850. Yeah. But by next season, Jad, she should be up to 1500 plus, and she's coming on beautifully. And they've progressed nicely into their adult rub, so you can see that we are progressing them up. And this one here is
Orange Dream Yellow Belly, 50% het pied.
She's very close. She's 3 years old, Jared, but she's a very slow, picky feeder.
Yeah.
But she's just started pounding Maltese, and she's had 3 or 4 Maltese in the last 3 weeks. She's now about 1350 to 1400. And if she does prove out to be 100% het for pied, Jared, that's our ticket into Yellow Belly Orange Dream Pieds, for sure. And it'd be lovely if we can plug in one of our high-end males. Maybe Bowser would go to her. I think he's planning to when he's ready and she's ready. So that's Hazel. So she's a beautiful example of Orange Dream, and we're really looking forward to getting her into our female pied projects. That's the next one we've got is Calypso, which I think we've seen a lot of. She's 100% het for pied, and she's good size. We've already started breeding her. And who have we put to her so far, Jared?
The dreamscicle.
The dreamsicle's going to her. Producing double hets?
Yeah, well, we're trying to produce
actually triple
pastel pieds that are double het for clown and dream and lavender.
So there's 3 recessive projects.
So we're hoping to get visual pieds.
Visual pieds.
That are double het for clown and lavender.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
So we're trying to get the grail.
She's certainly, is that called the grail?
I think it's called the Holy Grail, isn't it?
The Holy Grail.
The
So clown, lavender pied, the Holy Grail. And they're not easy to hit, but we've got the ingredients to make one. So that's a really exciting project. And Jared's sacrificing some beautiful visual clowns to achieve a triple het. Well, It's going to be a double het with 1 visual recessive, but effectively 3 recessive.
Oh, yeah, definitely worth doing.
And we think that it's going to be a massive building block. So let's hope that Bowser starts to learn how to lock and that these girls are ready to go. Okay, then the other one, Jad, we're looking at is Shadow, which we've featured a few times on the channel. She's going to be probably one of our key girls for the Panda Pied project. She's about 1100 to 1200 grams now, Jad. Yeah. Looking lovely. And if we get a mahogany pied, we're looking for a mahogany pied boy for next year, and we'll use him on these girls so we can produce the pandas.
Pieds.
Now I've missed a couple up here, Jad. What have we got up here?
So we got this one, which we believe is a pastel cinnamon pied.
Okay, let's have a little look at her. And we might have to bring her down, Jad, or should I just? Can you get an image on her? So another beautiful looking girl, and she's doing really well. She's getting close to 1,000. So next season, when all these girls are big enough, Jad, we have got an army of girls to help us hit the Panda Pied. That's why it's so important to get a really good male that doesn't produce kinking, because the last thing you want to do is put, number one, the cinnamon pied we've got is their father, so you don't want to be doing that, because that's going to add to the kinking issue. Get fresh blood in, get the mahogany that has very low kinking issues, and then we've got the chance of producing close to Panda Pieds. They're going to be pretty close, Jad. They might be slightly browner than the usual ones, but at least every animal hopefully will be kink free, and that's what we want. And then the nice thing about having the mahogany is that because it's not on the same allelic as cinnamon, you can have a suma, which is a super mahogany, put to a cinnamon, and it gets really intense black without the kinking, and that's what we're also working towards. This one over here is Maiju, is it? Mayu?
You named her?
She's a yellow. We think she's a yellow belly cinnamon pied, and I think, have a look at her. Can you see her?
Yeah.
I can't remember if she's in shed or not, but I'll just pull her out and you can have a look at her. Is she in shed?
Can't really tell from up here.
But another beautiful pied girl, and she's about 1100. So you can see that we've got the ingredients of this beautiful project all in the making here. This one is Shadow we've done, and then the last one here, Jad.
This is the yellow belly pied.
So this is one of our pumpkin pieds. She's about 1350 to 1400, Jared. She's not far off. She will definitely go next season for us, but she might go partway during this season if she gets another 300 or 400 grams on her. She might, and a follicle growth, she might come into this year's breeding. We'll have to see.
We've got Buttercup as well.
Buttercup just shed out today. Now, this is an important principle here, Jad. You weighed her at 1560, but is she in condition? That's the question. She's beautiful, pastel yellow belly pied. She looks like she's in condition when you look at her like that, but when you handled her, Jad, you felt that she was a bit empty inside, wasn't she?
If we look more closely,
yeah,
you can see she's not as plump as we'd like her to be. She's a little bit on the skinny side.
Yeah. So we're not going to rush her and breed with her yet. We're going to give her.
I guess you could breed with her and you'd probably be fine, but I think we just want to be cautious. And
I would like to be cautious and make sure there's a bit more conditioning on her before we go. Now we've only got a minute or so left, so let's just run through the other ones quickly. This one is Ariel. It produced the beautiful babies that I showed yesterday, which was the. She's back into condition now, Jad, but I want to give her another couple of months before we start pairing. Because you want to give them a decent break from having a clutch.
Got the dreamscicle, but their parents will.
This one we know is massive, which is Athena, and you can see she's a bit spooky, but just look at the size of the condition of her. She's not far off 2,500.
She's beautiful.
So we're going to come back to her another time.
And we've got pastel het pied.
And then down here we've got a pastel het pied, which is Penny. She's double het for Orange Ghost. I think we've showed her before. And pied. And this one is Sienna, who is the mother of the beautiful pied girls I showed you. And she's massive. Just look at Joe. See, if we got the mahogany pied boy and put the mahogany pied boy to her, she would probably produce us some beautiful mahogany panda pieds, cinnamon pieds.
I'm sure we've got some other pies somewhere as well.
Yeah. So that's about it for today. So thank you everyone for your love and support. I think we've got some other pied girls over here that we can show another time. But have a wonderful week, and we shall catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.